because I was helping some people out. So let me turn this back on again. First and foremost, yo, let's shout out to the Florida Panthers for making the Stanley Cup Finals for a second year in a row. Man, I am so proud of this team. I've been following this team all season. I'm happy for them. Shout out to them. They didn't touch the trophy this time. They said we're not touching the trophy, but congratulations to them. They beat the best team in the league. Well, the best team that had the best record in the league with the President Trophy is the New York Rangers. Won 4-2. Finished off the series 2-1. I can't wait to see what happens. They're going to be either taking it on to Edmonton Oilers or the Dallas Stars. So we'll see what happens. But congratulations to the Florida Panthers. That's a well-deserved win. And hopefully they can bring the trophy back. We need that cup back in South Florida, okay? And I'm definitely, and I'm going to say this right now. If they win the Stanley Cup, as soon as they win the Stanley Cup, I will have their jersey. I'm going to their store and buying their jersey. I'm putting the money down to buy their jersey. Okay? You will see me on stream with a Florida Panthers jersey. Not a cheap knockoff of actual Florida Panthers jersey. So, we'll go from there. I'm going to get that out the way as I drink my juice. I love my strawberry side, don't judge me. All right, moving right along. Going to NBA news. It's already been decided the finals will be taking place on Thursday. You're going to have the Boston Celtics taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The game 1 will be at 8:30 Eastern time. Looking at the finals. Looking at the schedule. Let me see here. Do we even have the schedule? They have this schedule here. I gotta rely on this. So, first game is going to be in Boston at 8:30 on Thursday, and then Sunday on June 9th. Game 2 will be in Boston. Game 3 will be in Dallas on Wednesday on ABC, and then followed by Game 4, which will be in Friday on ABC News, ABC in Dallas. And then based on that, we'll see what game 6 and 7, 5, 6, and 7 goes forward. So assuming that neither team gets swept. After game 4, you got game 5. That will be, if necessary, will be Monday, June 17th. Game 6 will be Thursday, June 20th. They are really spreading these out. Jesus Christ. What's the final game? So if you have a game 7, that'll be June 23rd. It will be in Boston. So Boston had the best record in the league during the regular season. They have the higher seed. They're gonna have home court advantage in that format. So it's 2-2-1-1-1. 2 games in Boston, 2 games in Dallas, a game in Boston, a game in Dallas, and then the final home game. If a game 7, it'll be a game in Boston. How these teams get here? Pretty much on Boston's side, they were pretty much just running through the Eastern Conference. They started off the playoffs beating Miami Heat 4-1. Then they took on the Cleveland Cavaliers, beat them 4-1, and then they straight up swept the Indiana Pacers in a lackluster Eastern Conference Finals. While actually it wasn't too lackluster, like they really tried, but you can just tell that Boston was the superior team. As far as the Mavericks go, they had a close matchup against the LA Clippers. Then they took a game 7 against the number 1 seed, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then they took 6 games. Was it 5 games or 6 games? I can't remember it. I'm trying to remember how they got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it took 5 games against the Timberwolves, and now they are in the finals. And I'm very surprised by the Dallas Mavericks because, like, I don't know how many people have them as favorites going into the finals. It was a very big surprise to see them there, considering that Timberwolves knocked off the defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, in 7 games. But then again, when you have Kyrie Irving as your teammate, anything is possible. So, yep, game 1 will be on Thursday, June 6th. We'll be looking forward to see what happens on game 1, and we'll continue to track from there. Don't think there's anything else as far as NBA news. I know that the draft is coming up very soon, and there are been some predictions. People are looking at, and one thing that they're looking at is right now is LeBron James' son. Right now, Bronny James is predicted to go second round to the. I don't remember the team that was going to pick him up. Oh, the Warriors. So he's predicted to go second round to the Golden State Warriors, which would be very interesting considering LeBron has made it well known that he wants to play with his son. So if the Warriors do manage to pick up LeBron James, do his dad follow him to the Golden State? Or do the Lakers take the opportunity to draft his son and keep LeBron in LA? It's gonna be very interesting. On take. So we'll see about the draft, but the draft will be in July. Once the finals is over, so just be prepared for that. It's only 2 rounds. They only do 2 rounds in the NBA, and we'll see what happens from there. And I know for a fact that his son said he doesn't plan on going the G League route if he doesn't get drafted. So we'll see what happens. Moving right on along to NFL news. This was the biggest thing I saw out of this. So Gabe Stevenson, who was Olympic wrestler, decorated college wrestler, gold medalist, was signed by WWE when he came out. He was one of the early next in line signees. Had 1 match against Baron Corbin, which didn't turn out very well, and then last month he got dropped by WWE. He was released from his contract, and he decided to sign with the Buffalo Bills. So I don't know how well he's going to do in football. He's going to be on the practice squad. He's going to be he's going to be looked at pretty good in training camp, but I don't know how well he's going to transition over to the NFL side. I mean, obviously he's going to have a strong core with his wrestling background. He's going to have a very good core. He's probably going to end up playing defense. He'll probably be a lineman. He'll have to put on some more weight to be a defensive lineman because I don't know what he weighs at right now. I have to Google his name and find out how much he weighs. 265. So if he's going to be a lineman, he'll have to put on some more weight. Definitely. He's 6'1", so he's got the height. But it just really depends on how well he takes to it. So we'll see what happens. I wish him luck in his future endeavors. It's just sad to see that that he was such a highly recruited prospect for WWE and didn't turn out to be much because of lack of. I forgot to turn my light on. Why do y'all tell me to turn my light on? There we go. I look better in light. It was kind of disappointing considering that he lacked the charisma for the WWE style of wrestling, and they was hoping to strike gold with him considering that Kurt Angle, who was also an Olympic wrestler, who's both medalists, and Chad Gable, who's also an Olympic wrestler. They was hoping to strike gold with him, but unlike those two, he doesn't have the matching personality to go with his skills. So, like I said, I wish him all well in his future endeavors, and hopefully everything works out with him. He's not the first wrestler to go play football. That technically, Brock Lesnar went from WWE over to NFL and played for a little bit. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens next. This is another thing that I saw on my timeline. Drew Brees said if it wasn't for his arms, he could have played a bit longer. Sure, cool. I mean, he has one of the completion record. I think he has one of the records for completions. And he did have the yards record before Tom Brady passed him. I don't really have much to say about this. I mean, Drew Brees has that dog in him, and he's well respected in New Orleans, and he's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure. But yeah, I mean, if his arm would have stayed intact, I'm pretty sure he would have had a Brady-like career where he could have prolonged and kept playing. But I mean, it was obviously clear that the guy was his arm was diminishing, and that's what happens when you play for a long period of time. And don't have the same arm throw strength that you had before when you first played. And he's had a lot of shoulder surgeries too. He's had a lot of shoulder surgery, so that's not surprising that his arm wasn't working the same way that he thought it would. This is another story that I found interesting on topics. So there's this D3 team who is playing in the World Series of college baseball, and their school has been recently closed due to financial reasons. So basically, they're playing for basically to keep their school name intact and make this run magical. Yeah, they were allowed to play in the World Series for their division, division, and they're winning. And it's crazy that this school, who doesn't no longer exist, by the way, this team who doesn't exist anymore, is still winning out here, winning and playing and continuing to win. And once their run is done, that's it. So they're going to go down the history. I mean, it would be crazy for them to go down the history books as the first college baseball team to win it all, where the school doesn't exist. I've seen teams that weren't supposed to be there win games, but for your school to win it, for you to win it all for your school that's no longer existing anymore, yeah, do you, man. That's all I can say about that. That's very and you know, hearts out to the team. I hope they can pull it off. It's an amazing story, despite the fact that they're all the shortcomings that they have. That they're just pulling this together to make this one last ride magical. So hats off to them. Moving on to boxing news, because I did have this fight. Deontay Wilder, y'all know how much I love him. I've talked about him. He's in one of my sound alerts to this day. That's him to this day, Mr. To this day. His career might be at the end because he lost against Zhang, who knocked him out in the 5th round of the fight. And yeah, it sucks. It really does sucks. But hopefully he can take some time off to rethink his strategy. He came in the fight he was small. This dude is not big for a heavyweight. He's like 214 or 224. He's not very big. And Zhang is like 282. So there's a complete mismatch in weight size, which makes me question if they should have a super heavyweight. I know the heavyweight division is unlimited, but it seems like sometimes that some of the guys who are like 20, 30, 40 pounds bigger, it's like a complete mismatch, you know? And I love his heart. I love his effort. I hate the fact that his technique is kind of iffy at times. But yeah, this might be the end of Deontay Wilder's career. He's 38. He said he might end his career if he can't win this fight. And he's already lost the last 4 fights. So this is a very unfortunate that this is happening. Also, side note, Tyson's fight against Paul has been postponed, and this was due to the fact that Tyson had a health issue on a flight from Los Angeles to Miami that required medical attention on Sunday. It was his ulcer. I'm giving all well wishes to Mike Tyson, one of my favorite boxers of all time. The dude was a beast. I love watching his tapes, and despite the fact that I don't really care about this fight, I do care about his health. So hopefully he can recover and we can see this exhibition. I don't know if this is gonna be an exhibit. This is an exhibition match or a real fight. I'm assuming it's a fight because they didn't say it was an exhibition, but we'll see what happens. But I wish Mike Tyson all the best in the speedy recovery, because I can't wait to see what he's going to do against Jake Paul. There was some other news I had regarding ooh, that's interesting. And this I did not know. So the Usyk Fury rematch is going to be scheduled for December 21st. Interesting. So they're just gonna roll right into it after they had their epic fight last month. Okay. Can't see what happens. Hopefully Tyson Fury comes in with a better strategy. Doesn't goof around like he did in the first fight. Because he was messing around a little too much. And Usyk caught him with a two-piece combo with a biscuit. And a biscuit. He was dapping him up left and right. He should have been knocked out, but he wasn't. The ref just did not call him as a knockout, but he did give him a knockdown. He was down. He was out on his feet. You saw them punches. He was just getting bopped left and right. That dude could barely keep his stance. So hopefully we can see a much better fight between the two. The first fight was amazing. Also, can we not wait 6 hours before the fight? Because, like, this makes no sense, bro. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't want to see 6 hours of fights before I see these two fight, and then I'm getting bored to death. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the rematch. We'll see what happens with that fight. I was like, wait a minute, there's a rematch for this one? What? Interesting, very interesting, very interesting. 4 stakes on the 5v5 boxing card between Frank Warren's Queensberry's Promotions and Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. Saturday in Riyadh, the winning team will be awarded $3 million towards the EPN, 2 points for a KO. TKO win, 1 point for decisive decision victory, double points for a win by the team captain. Oh, okay. Wait, is he still doing this? Interesting. So they're doing a 5v5. Basically, the team is a team concept fight. They're individual fights, but they're going to be based on points, and the winning team gets $3 million. That's interesting. I like to see it. There's already a fighter league out there. It's called Team Combat Boxing. I've been actually following them on social media. If you have an opportunity to check them out, they're really cool. It's really cool. It's basically a bunch of men and female fighters from different areas of the country created league teams, and they basically travel around and they box each other. And I'm thinking this is a similar format. Teams get points based on knockouts, decision victories, split decisions. Whoever in the team captains get bonus points, and whoever comes out is the winner. So there you go. It's cool. I like it. I like to see what happens with that, and then we'll go from there. All right, moving right along, we're gonna go to UFL. It's probably been pretty decided as far as the league championships, but they do have some games that are going to finish up today. So yes, today is the final week of the regular season. The Panthers barely lost to the Stallions 2019. Ballhawks barely beat the Brahmas 13-12. Currently, the Renegades and Defenders are playing each other, and the Roughnecks and Showboats are playing each other. So next weekend, we will have the semifinals going into before the championship. So the semifinals for the USFL Conference Championship, you got the Panthers taking on the Stallions. That'll be on 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, June 8th. And then on Sunday at 7 p.m., you'll have the Brahmas taking on the Battlehawks for the XFL Conference Championship. And the winners will be facing off in the finals at the UFL Championship. I can't remember where they're going to be hosting that. I think it's going to be in San Antonio, or it might be Arlington. I got to go look it up. So, hats off to everybody. Good luck on all the teams that are going to move into the playoffs, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And that's going to be pretty much it for as far as news. I don't really have anything else to report. I think Big Three is still kind of waiting to get their season started. The WNBA, I'm not going to cover them right now because it's still early in the season, although I do see a lot of chippiness between Caitlin Clark is really catching it left and right. Like, the league is letting her know what time it is. And I saw that hit on Angel Reese early in the week. That was crazy that she got knocked over the way she did. But I think the first scheduled game for the Big Three is going to be on the 15th. It's going to be in Oakland, California. Like, they're not going to be coming to Miami. Last year they came to Miami. The closest games they're going to have is in Tampa. Maybe I can check one there. I think they might have one in Atlanta. No, they don't have one in Atlanta. So Atlanta's definitely not on the list. Now I'm looking at this. Like, their week 10 is in Boston Gardens. The TD Gardens in Boston. Let's see. If I were to catch them, it probably would be Tampa, Florida, if I want to go see their matches. But make sure you go check them out. You know, the tickets aren't that expensive. I think they're like $20. to go check out a Big 3 game. You can get it for the whole family. It's Ice Cube has made it known that it's a family event. Like, he wants his families to come out and enjoy. It's really cool. It's 3-on-3 basketball, so you can't miss out. That's gonna be it for Sports Report today. Make sure you go to your local listings for all your news. You can go to ESPN.com, SportsIllustrated.com, FoxSports.com. Big 3. Make sure you go support. If you're going to watch the Big 3, support them on their site. I know they promote their games on CBS and Fox, and then we'll also be covering the Olympics when they start sometime in August, late July, early August. So make sure you check out your local news. Also, one more thing I forgot to mention in this. I almost forgot about this. Let me go here because I gotta give the shout out to this team. Hats off to congratulations to the Real Madrid for winning the Champions League. They were perfect in their, and they said it was 10 out of 10. They won they won their league title, La Liga, earlier in the last month, and then they came out and won the Champions League. So congratulations to them. Hats off Real Madrid. Hope you enjoy your short summer break before you start your new league season. So I wanted to share that because I saw that happen, and I know Messi is getting ready for Copa America, so we'll see what happens. But the Inter Miami is leading the MLS right now, so hey, they knew what they were doing when they signed the man. All right, so let me go ahead and take a quick break so I can set everything back up. When we come back, we'll jump into some multiverses, and we'll do some other games as well. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank y'all so much for your patience, and this has been the Sports Report. Y'all have a wonderful day.